let's start. So, like last time, what we have seen is like how we have seen the key patterns and how we can use the RTK query. Now we are going to see the how we can build an enterprise application using any UX framework. For example, using Chakra UI or Ant Design or Material UI or Fluent UI. So, what are the benefits of using this uh, UX framework. So these are the most popular frameworks. So we are going to see how we can integrate our application with the Fluent UI design. Uh, there are a couple of reasons we are looking into this because most of the enterprises are using the Microsoft Teams, Outlook, and Office 365 applications. So all the applications are built on the Fluent UI design only. All the controls for this application are built on this Fluent UI design only. So we are going to see how we can update our application with the Fluent UI. So for this one, we need a couple of packages. I'm going to install those packages. I have added those packages. I have created the Fluent folder. Now I'm going to update the folder with the components. We already have all the components. I'm going to rewrite those components with the custom uh, how we can apply the theme, how we can update the header nav bar using the Fluent thing. So let's fix the theme. Due to the time constraint, I'm going to copy and paste the existing code. Then I will explain the code also. So what I'm going to do here is I have installed those package Fluent component packages, and I'm going to add the theme for our application. Same thing. I have created one using the context provider. I'm setting the Fluent provider theme for the entire application. And this is the small hack to apply the theme to the existing body, or adding some CSS class to the existing body thing. And this is for the using some toast messages. And inside this one, I wrapped up the children. So now I'm going to use this component in the entire wrapping up with our component with this theme component. So I'm going to copy this one. Here. So we have applied, we can see, but it won't we cannot see any difference now. So I'm going to create the header and footer with the same whatever we had in our application demo application. I'm going to create those components. So I'm going to create the first the header. I'm going to copy the file. So haven't added much code in the header, only the one heading and one is for the settings. The settings is nothing but to change the theme. So here I have added one menu And this menu has the four options. What we are seeing, the web light theme means like what we are seeing the theme in the Outlook or in the Teams. The same way I have configured four themes. There are five themes available, so I have used only four theme now. So then, I have to update the. I can I will create the footer. So it is very straightforward. Just added only one text here. Now I'm going to add the layout. So layout, I have mentioned header, main, footer alone. So main, that is not added. Still, it is not added. So I'm going to copy that. Now I'm going to add the side nav bar. Inside this one, like what we have, we have we have created the navigation link using unordered list. Here I have updated the navigation list with the fluid controls. So let me start this application, then we will check how it will look like. Before that, I have to update the actual, because we already have a one more layout component earlier. So I'm going to update in the layout. So now we have two components. One is earlier, we created earlier. Now this is added now. I'm going to save this and I'm going to run the application. Before that, I will clean up our actual DB. So these are the things we have created in our last session. I'm clearing this data. Okay. So give me a second. Let me open the. Okay. So what is happened, like some CSS is missing, so we will fix it. So what I have done is I have updated with the side nav bar and the just created one sample header and footer, and this is using to change the theme. So once I'm changing the theme, so it will update the um, entire the component hierarchy. All the fluent in the entire all the fluent controls in the component hierarchy. So let me fix that. The CSS is. So yeah, now our component will look like this. So here this is only for the like applying. So if you like forget about the like the header and footer, the component, the styling, whatever you are seeing here, this will be like when you are selecting the web light theme. So means like how your application will like other no, Office 365 application, how the Office 365 application will look like, right? The same way it will be styled here. So we will have the users and the component. So we will like try to update the users component using the Fluent UI controls. So I'm going back here and I'm going to create the component. So far, any questions? Any questions so far? Okay. I copied some type definitions and thing. So here we are. These things like already exist. Only change here is like I'm defining the column in the inside the array. And okay, I'm copying some more code that we already have in our application. So these are the code we already have, we have created to display the model dialog to add the user information, and this is the RTK query to fetch the user information, users details. So I'm adding those information again. Okay. Only change here, like I instead of give me a second, I will update this one first. Okay, only change here instead of like using the React Strap icon, we are using all the controls from the Fluent AI package. That is the Microsoft recommended package to build the application for the Office 365 environment. So I will update the imports like Now we will go back to our application. Okay. So one more thing. I have to update the route. Okay. Okay. The error, we are getting the error due to some imports mismatch in the icons. So I'm fixing that. So this is our like we have used one table component from the Fluent AI. So like forget about the header section and the footer section. If you look at the like the left navigation from the navigation to the main section, so whenever you are applying the theme, it will be inherit all the styles and everything, whatever we like if you are applying the proper theme. For example, if you want to place your application inside the teams or teams related, you want to host your application inside any teams channel, then you can use the like it will automatically inherit the theme from the default theme set to the teams. The same way, if you are like hosting this application in the Office 365 environment or in the Azure, right? It will be like inherit you can set or you can inherit the theme uh, when you are embedding this application inside any Office 365 environment. So that is the main advantage of using this Fluent control. So mostly while working with the Microsoft or Microsoft related application, you need this design. Suppose how do you choose this design? Framework or library while developing the React application. So it is based on the like customer thing. If the customer explain they are coming from the AWS or Google, then you can go with the Material UI pattern. If they are using Azure, then you can definitely go with the Fluent UI design. So now we are going to see only the Fluent UI design only. This is how we will our application like it is changed. Earlier, like we have created one small application with a grid and like a small navigation system, but that is not look mm, like that not look uh, uh, nice or like it is still missing something. It is very basic look and feel having a look and feel only. So you will select one design or one UX library so that you can inherit the themes and all you can use the theme and you can use all the controls in that library. So now I'm going to complete this. Any questions so far?
I have one question, Sundar. So let's say that we have a custom CSS defined for some of the controls, and going for this Fluent UI library would override all these custom created values, or would it still have those values in place?
No, like it mostly it won't override your custom control because if you see, this is almost like it is creating a custom. For example, I can add one more button here, so that button with the normal HTML button here. So if you look at the UI, right, this is plain HTML without any styles applied. So if you are applying your styles, it won't override. But if you want to like inherit any theme, you can create the utilities, CSS utilities by the this provider, and you can like implement this one. For example, you have some custom control you want to align with the Fluent AI design, right? At that time, you can like customize, but it won't without you are explicitly like setting some properties or inheriting some CSS from the theme, it won't affect your control, Deepa.
Great. Thanks, Sundar. That makes sense. Yep.
Mm. I'm removing this one. So next we have to add the user form. So I will import the existing the query that we have created last week. I think I have some error here. Okay. So I will add the missing part of the missing piece of the code here. So last time we have like created the user. So there are some fields is missing and the ID is randomly created by the JSON server DB. So we are going to fix that also. For that, I'm going to add one endpoint in the services. What I'm doing here, like I'm going to using the JSON server DB option. Like I'm going to like sorting by the ID descending and limiting the one so that I can manually increment the user ID here. So this will like here I'm using the lazy query because I don't want to like trigger this query even once the component is mounted. So I'm going to call this query whenever it is needed. This is like so whenever you are defining the query, it will create both lazy as well as the lazy query as well as the normal query for us. Based on your needs, you can use this one. So here, whenever we are creating the new user, right? So at that time, I'm calling the lazy query. So it will give you an array of users based on the like sort and everything. So I'm taking the first element here and incrementing by one. And created and updated also I'm setting here because that is it is not actual DB. So to mimic those values, like I'm setting the thing, and when we are updating, I'm updating only the updated thing. So I'm going back here. So still we need some couple of components to display uh, the, the the form. Here there is no model component is there, but we have a dialog component. We are going to use that component. So I copied that component that is already created in my another application. So this is also like similar to the model or dialog component. Only thing we are passing the title and the children and the status, current state of the dialog form. Now, okay. So we can I'm going to submit this one. So it is added, and we are getting some notification message here. And so whoever using any themes or a thing, you can compare by changing the, for example, you can change the theme here. Themes light or themes dark theme. Then you can compare the look and feel, how it will look like in the themes and in this application. So I will explain the component what we have done here. So it is almost a similar. Only thing, like instead of React stuff, in last week we have used React stuff. Here we are importing the table component from the Fluent way. We are creating the header, and we are iterating the using the RTK query. We are fetching the data. We are iterating the data, and we are binding those data. So the component name is model. Actually, there is no model component in the Fluent UI. Only thing dialog component is there. So we are still using the dialog component to display the user input form fields. And we can navigate to the user form fields here. So the same, whatever we have seen last week, we are using all the RTK mutation, so that it won't it will automatically fetch the data whenever there is a change in the a change in the data. So how it will track those changes means we are providing the tags and invalidating the tags in the create API utility. Here, these are some events we are binded to the our control the same logic. Only difference here is we, instead of React stuff, we are appended with the we are changed the entire component with the Fluent thing to display the all the user input form fields. And the theme, we already discussed this one, but in the theme we are defining the theme provider here, and we are setting the default theme as a web light theme. And you can change the theme, and it will update the entire component, because we wrapped this component as a root component for the application, and we are using all the Fluent UI controls, so it will update whenever you are changing the theme. And in the left now, this is the control we are using from the preview only. I don't get time to create. We can create the navigation control using the current thing, but for the time being, I have taken it from the preview component, one of the preview component. So here, we are defining. So if you are applying this properly, you can see this component in the when you are having the Outlook panel, right? You have the inbox, all the inbox and items thing, right? So if you are updating this component properly, then you can you can have this exact similar lookup like this in the, for example, if you are adding some icons and everything, it will be exactly look like the Outlook like a folder navigation pan. And the second thing, the user form. The only change in the previous and last week and now is we are updating some missing values, and we are creating the, for example, ID, and created it and updated it, or we are updating manually, because this is not an actual database we are using. Just we are saving the JSON data for the saving the JSON file data using the JSON DB server. So I have updated something like this. So I will share the code by today or tomorrow, the entire code. You will go through the code and I'm going to like update something. For example, what we are seeing in the users, so I'm going to update for the employees also. So what we can do here in the next session, like you can also download the code and you can go through the code. Then we will have one session like how we can um, like create the reusable components. Uh, Creating one component, how we can reuse in other places, in multiple places in our application. So after that, like that is the last session and in this training. So if you have any questions, you can discuss. Otherwise, I will explain some of the components here in the Fluent UI control, how we can style or how we can it will look like. For example, um, you can take the table components. So this is like a customized table for us. The same way how you can define the like HTML table, the header, table body. Same way we have the the separate component to define all the things. And one more thing we have for example, if you look at the thing, if you're like displaying the any user information here, you can display the presence also. You can fetch their presence from the teams or the like whether they have logged in to the organization, and you can display how we can how Java is like displaying our presence organization in the organizational information, right? The employee information, right? Same way, you can fetch and you can define the presence here. That is you can customize inside this one, and in the table layout you can have the I have added the actions, separate actions here. But if you are you can in the layout itself you can define the EZB menu, edit control block menu within the row value, so that it will be have the three ellipses, dots or button here. You can click and edit. I can show you the demo here, how it will look like. I will share this link also. Okay, I will share the how we can have the edit control block menu. Maybe I can add the update the code so that you can check instead of having the actions, right? I can. I think I have seen it somewhere else maybe. Give me a second. Okay, I will check and I will update. So I can share the link here. I can share the link here, so you can check. If you have anything you want to like play with you want to update the code, you can go ahead and change. I will share the code maybe today or tomorrow, the updated code. Apart from this, okay, if you have any question, we can discuss now.
Yes, Sundar. So I'm not sure if you have these stuffs, meaning the monitoring observability as part of the React training sessions. So I was just
Sorry,
wondering.
sorry, Thibaut. Yeah, can you please say that again? Yeah.
Sure. So I was just wondering if you have the application monitoring and then observability as part of the training agenda,
Like monitoring means like there are like
like performance metrics
oh,
and
yeah, you can you have to install the like the code itself have a profiling option, Deepan. For
okay,
example, you can check, you can manually like append the profile using the profile utility. You can define the like you can check the time, how much time it is taking to render the component, and whenever there is an update, right? Whenever we are updating the state, you can scale it. But that is one way. But well, you are like I'm not using that option because the problem with this one, right? We don't have to like when you are bundling and building and deploying to production, right? Again, you have to comment out those code. Even though React providing those options, right? For example,
okay,
after you are testing the application, for example, you tested everything and you since it is okay, you have improvised, updated the performance. Again, you have to remove the like those codes because that is not required in the production environment, right?
correct.
But but I have one more like instead of doing that, I can yeah, React developer. Okay, inspect. We can go to the inspect. You can install the React developer tools extension, and here, so not this one. Here you will see the profiler. Once you install the things, right, you will see the profiler information here. For example,
Okay,
I am refreshing here the page. I can select, I can go to home first. I can start profiling and then I can click on the part. I can navigate. So you can check, it is almost similar to the profile, how we like the component is updated here, and you can check. And also in the component, like in the components, right? In this section also you can check. Give me a second. So
could that be because you're not making any transaction?
no, yeah, that may be the reason, but maybe I'm not sure. Like I can check this one, but this is the like plugin you can use it for the check your performance of the components.
Yeah, okay, okay,
And it will like tell you like the initial render, how long it will take to like update the component, and on the kind of like subsequent render or any update happening, right? It will tell the time for the each component.
exactly. Yep, yep. So that's where I'm at. I just wanted to know if any specific functionality is causing some, performance issue. What are the ways that we can check or identify those areas and
Like
troubleshoot?
yeah, best thing is like for before the profiler
This totally
itself, like
helps. Yep.
you can select the components. Yeah, yeah, these components, right? Yeah, like once you go to the settings, if you see, there is a like box kind of thing.
Mhm.
There is a like if you see, there is some highlighting is happening
Right.
in the scene, right? So what it is like it like it tells you that this much of times the component is the browser is repainting your component.
Okay.
Okay. So once you install, you can you have to set the settings that check this one. And if it is like multiple re-render is happening, so without for our normal case, right, we cannot see whether any any component is misbehaving or like it is keep on updating, that we cannot check. So once
Mhm.
you install the plugin and you can enable this one in the developer when you are developing the React application, you can track how many rendering is happening, and you can check if multiple re-render is happening, right? Then you can again you have to move your data, like move your state to the closest parent. For example, when you are having a like we have seen the RTK query and how we can like have the global store for the application, right? Even though we have the global store causes some they have improvised so many things. But if you are using the state in the top of the component and you are using the context API or using any other mechanism to like fetch the read and update the state in the parent component, right? The entire hierarchy will be like re-rendered because React only compare the component state previous state or props, then it will be like update the component. So whenever you are need those data, right, you can move those state to the closest parent. Then you will it will be you can minimize your number of repaints or number of re-render happening in the browser. For example, even though like React compares the virtual DOM with the actual DOM, and then only it will tell the UI to like this has to be like flushed and updated again. But if the state change happening in the one component, right? The entire hierarchy, the whatever the component hierarchy inside the component will be re-rendered. So we can use some for example, instead of directly adding the component, we can use the children passes as children to the component. We can update. So that will also it will not never check because the children is not inheriting anything from the parent. For example, I can show you here. So this pattern, right? Now we are using the theme and everything. We are setting this one. So for example, if you are changing anything, any state change here, right? This will this will re-render the all the components to make the change. But in some cases, if you are not having you are not you are having some state, but the state is used only by this parent component to make the to update something or anything, and this state value, this value is not used here by the children, but still somehow you are getting those information from the children, right? Children hierarchy. You go with this pattern. So what React will compare the thing, and it will trying to update this one only because React still compares the shallow comparison of the states and props, and it will ignore this tree unless those values is used inside this component. So if it is used means then it will trying to update, but you can uh, you can choose this pattern and certain thing to avoid the unnecessary re-render in the component hierarchy.
Yep, that helps, Sundar.
Any other questions? So I what I'm going to the same way how we have the users thing, right? I'm going to update the employees thing also. Then I will update the component with the all the links to make it work, and I will share maybe. I will share whatever the code we have by today or tomorrow. The rest of the things I will work and update. before the last, like next week, right? You can download this code, make sure you can, if possible, you can run, make sure you are able to run the application in your local, so that we can have one more session and we can close this training session. So next week I will we are going to see the DROI principle only. So whatever the component we are repeating here, so we are going to refactor those components, and we are trying to reuse those components in in our application. That's our last session. So better you can go through the application, whatever you have created so far. Make sure you are able to run, and you can come up with some. You can come up with a plan to how we can implement the DRY principle in this app.
Sure. Looking forward to your next session, Sundar.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sundar.
And thank you all. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.